Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today is going to be a vlog style what I eat in a day. It's a Sunday, so I've kind of had a little bit of a lie-in, and yeah, I want to take you along and show you kind of a very realistic what I eat in a day as a person who now has a healthy relationship with food. If you've followed my YouTube channel for a while and scroll back to some of my older videos, you'll have seen that I've come from an unhealthy relationship with food over the years, and I've spoken about that quite a lot, and also talk a little bit about what to do after a day of either binge eating or a day of overeating, because that's where I've come from. I used to struggle a lot with binge eating and also compulsive overeating, so I know how destructive that can feel, especially, no one really talks about it, but the morning after was sometimes some of the worst times, as you kind of wake up feeling very bloated. It's almost like you have a hangover. Like, I would remember sometimes I would feel like I had a headache. My brain was like foggy. I couldn't think straight. Like all of the sugar and the carbs that I'd eaten the day before. Sometimes the food was still digesting in my stomach, so my stomach was like very unsettled. Not only that, and I think I've spoken about this before, where we're very kind of critical of ourselves and what we've done, and the self-critic is very, very loud. It's that very much black and white mentality of like, you've ruined it, you're the worst person in the world, how could you do that? Now you need to go and completely restrict yourself and change completely how you're eating today. A lot of the time my days after a binge or overeating would be spent feeling like I needed to spend hours in the gym or try and burn off as many calories from the day before as I could. This literally took up a large portion of my life. And I'm also going to link down in the description box below a podcast episode that I recently spoke about a subject. So I'm not going to go into completely detail my whole story here. I will link down some videos below about kind of where I've come from, my journey and that sort of thing. So about what to do after a day where maybe you've overeaten a little bit, or maybe you've had a binge, and kind of how to navigate that, because I know when I was struggling, that's literally what I needed, because you feel very much like you've got such a problem and you're the only one experiencing it, and there's something really wrong with you. And if you are watching that from that space right now and you have had a binge, know that you are not alone. Whatever you've eaten the day before, that is not a reflection of you as a person. You are not a binge eater. You have a habit of binge eating. And just know that this feeling that you're experiencing right now, this feeling of discomfort, you know, the bloatedness, the water retention, the fogginess, the self-critic, all those things going on right now, know and remind yourself that that is temporary. It is not how you're going to feel for the rest of the day. It is not going to determine the rest of your life by any means. Hopefully you can see that you can come out the other side, is what all of this channel is about. You can get to the other side where you do feel free, healthy and happy around food, and live your life and live a normal life. I've currently had a morning coffee, so you would have seen that this morning. I'm actually going to go out for a walk this morning. I'm not feeling 100%. I was planning on going to the gym today. However, I don't feel too great, so I'm not feeling 100%. I feel okay, but I personally listen to my body. You don't know already, I'm a personal trainer as well as a coach. However, values is listening to your body and making sure that whatever you're doing health related should come from a loving and supportive place. So I'm skipping the gym today because, like I said, I don't feel 100%, and this is exactly what I would be telling my clients to do as well. I think it's a very personal thing. So sometimes, Friday, I went to the gym and I felt okay. However, yesterday I didn't feel great, and today I'm not feeling 100% either. So just focus on just some light movement. I feel well enough to go for a walk, but yeah, definitely not for pushing myself in the gym. So I'm going to take you along. I've not had breakfast yet, so I will show you what I have for breakfast. So unfortunately, the memory on my camera actually came too full, so I filmed the rest of the footage on my phone. Best quality, but I'm going to do a voiceover to show you what I had. I want to kind of go on from what I was talking about earlier, from what to do after a binge. And the tendency after a binge is to want to restrict and to completely avoid eating. However, this only keeps us stuck in the cycle, even more stuck in that binge and restrict cycle. So absolutely move your body if it feels good to do so, not from a place of force or restrict, because when you've binged, your body's going through a lot. So it's actually important to just move your body gently in a way that feels good, not to overstress your body. Your body's already going through a lot trying to digest the food. And when it comes to eating meals, avoiding, restricting or skipping meals, because this only keeps you stuck in the cycle. So trust that your body will let you know when it's hungry again. And when you do feel hungry, rather than trying to skip meals, instead focus on eating balanced meals that are going to make you feel full and satisfied. So perfect example of this is what I ate on this day. So a ham and cheese toastie with some salad, super filling, super delicious, and it just hit the spot. This will keep your blood sugar levels stable and just keep you feeling balanced, so that you're not going into that binge mode again. On this day, me and my sister went out for a coffee and lunch. As you can see, we love a Starbucks, so we went for a Starbucks and both shared a cookie. This was just something that we both fancied on this day, and my sister is an amazing cook, so she made this delicious prawn tagliatelle and ciabatta bread for dinner, and that was all I had for this day. I just want to say, kind of like a final note, even though the day of eating was actually over at this point, this was all that I had. I want to just speak to anyone that maybe is struggling with binge eating right now, and maybe you're in that cycle, that trust that you can get out of it. Honest to God, when I was struggling with binge eating, I felt like I was never going to be able to stop in this cycle. But the most important thing for you to do is to make sure that you are eating regularly. That is the fundamental, goal of breaking the habit of binge eating. So try and make your next meal something that is balanced, something with some carbohydrates, some protein, some fats, just something simple. Doesn't have to be too over the top, but just something that is going to make you feel full. And this is something that I do a lot of work on with my own clients. So if that's something that you would like more help with, more support with, then that's absolutely something that I can help you with. And I will leave all the details on how to work with me down in the description box below. But just know again that you can get over this, even if you've been binge eating for a long time, if you've been overeating for a long time, you can get through it. It just takes practice, and also being able to trust yourself again, and that's all something that you can absolutely do and achieve. So I'm going to leave that there, but I hope this video helped and it just showed you just a very realistic what I eat in a day, that you don't need to eat perfectly. Food is something to be enjoyed. Food is part of life, and when you can fully enjoy food again, food becomes part of your life. Life doesn't revolve around food. Food just gets to be a small part of life and something that you enjoy with others, but it absolutely doesn't need to take over your life anymore. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.